Thank you, Litio. Beginning the Thursday's regional news with a story coming out of Haiti. The cholera situation in Haiti continues to worsen while COVID-19 cases rose over the past week. The Pan American Health Organization said on Wednesday, Haitian health authorities have confirmed over 700 cases of cholera and 144 cholera-related deaths since early October and are investigating more than 7,000 suspected cases, PAHO Director Dr. Chrissa Etienne said. She added that this is a dangerous situation and PAHO urges all countries to increase vigilance while they support Haiti in providing life-saving care to patients, deploying health workers, and facilitating access to fuel for health facilities. The Americas are facing a triple threat of respiratory diseases as COVID-19, influenza, and respiratory syncytial virus RSV burden the region and its health systems, according to PAHO. There was a 17% rise in COVID-19 cases and deaths increased in South America and Central America over the past week, according to Etienne, who added that every time persons become complacent with this virus, they run the risk of a resurgence. Seasonal influenza cases are also increasing following 2 years of below average activity, she said. After a couple of years of lower seasonal transmission, RSV infections have increased significantly, putting pressure on health systems in Mexico, Brazil, Uruguay, and United States, PAHO said. The rise of a single respiratory infection is a cause for concern. When 2 or 3 start impacting a population concurrently, this should put us all on alert, Etienne said. Although the Americas are still the region most impacted by monkeypox, PAHO said cases are falling in most of the severely affected countries. In the Twin Island Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, former FIFA Vice President Jack Warner can be extradited from his homeland of Trinidad to the United States to face corruption charges, a London court said on Thursday. Warner's lawyers argued that his extradition was unlawful, but London's Privy Council, the highest court of appeal for many Commonwealth countries, unanimously dismissed his appeal. Suspicion and rumors have surrounded the 2010 votes by FIFA's executive to hand the 2018 World Cup to Russia and the 2022 edition to Qatar. In 2020, a U.S. Department of Justice indictment said bribes were paid to soccer officials to secure their votes for hosting rights. The DOJ alleged that the then FIFA former vice president was paid $5 million through various shell companies to vote for Russia to host the 2018 World Cup. His role as president of CONCACAF, which organizes soccer in North and Central America and the Caribbean, gave him enormous influence as a power broker for former FIFA chief Sepp Blatter. A former member of the FIFA Executive Committee and former CONCACAF President Warner was suspended by FIFA in 2011 and 2015, charged with fraud and money laundering by the US. FIFA banned him from all soccer-related activity for life in 2015. The 79-year-old has also denied any wrongdoing. And finally, on tonight's regional news. A judge overturned Georgia's ban on abortion starting around 6 months into pregnancy, ruling that it violated the U.S. Constitution and U.S. Supreme Court precedent when it was enacted and was therefore void. Fulton County Superior Court Judge Robert McCorney's ruling took effect immediately statewide, though the State Attorney General's office said it planned to appeal. The ban had been in effect since July. According to reports, it prohibited most abortions once a detectable human heartbeat was present. Cardiac activity can be detected by ultrasound in cells within an embryo that will eventually become the heart as early as 6 weeks into pregnancy. That means most abortions in Georgia were effectively banned at a point before many women knew they were pregnant. McBurney's ruling came in a lawsuit filed in July by doctors and advocacy groups that sought to strike down the ban on multiple grounds, including that it violates the Georgia Constitution's right to privacy and liberty by forcing pregnancy and childbirth on women in the state. McBurney did not rule on that claim. Instead, his decision argued with a different argument made in the lawsuit that the ban was invalid because it violated the U.S. Constitution and U.S. Supreme Court precedent at the time it became law. Carr Richardson, a spokesperson for Georgia Attorney General Chris Carr, said in an email that the office intends to pursue an immediate appeal. Georgia's law was passed by state lawmakers and signed by Republican Governor Brian Kemp in 2019, but had been blocked from taking effect until the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade, which had protected the right to an abortion for nearly 50 years. Abortion was a central issue in Georgia's U.S. Senate contest between Democrat Raphael Warnock and Republican Herschel Walker, which is now headed to a runoff in December. Two women accused Walker, who opposes abortion, of paying for them to have the procedure. Walker vehemently denied those claims. That's all for the Thursday's regional news. I'm Joel Vogt, back to you, Alethea.